Do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to be doing for Dorset Mind?
My name is Olivia. I'm part of the Aspire Life team, and we have a little team of us who are going to be climbing Mount Kilimanjaro next year in February. And we're running lots of community events and fundraising events in the lead up to that.
Why did you guys choose Dorset Mind to raise money for?
Well, the work that we do as an alternative provision, we work a lot with students, young people, but also their families in the community. And we see a lot of people that need support, and the support that Dorset Mind provide massively aligns with what we try to do, but equally gives that next level. And we when we were having discussions about the charity that we wanted to support in doing this trek, we basically were like, what works best with Aspire and what would help support the young people we work with and the families we work with the most. And we just felt like mental health is something that is being spoken about more, but still it's something that we see every single day, the importance of that support. Like, that support is literally invaluable to the people we work with. And so yeah, that's why we chose to work with you guys.
Did you want to potentially explain a little bit about what Aspire does?
Yeah, so we have a few strands to the company, but we are predominantly a alternative provision, so working with young people and students who maybe face some challenges in mainstream education. And we will work with those both on site and off site, providing support, whether that's kind of helping them build confidence, whether that's academic support, whether that's finding a creative outlet or an active outlet that helps them build kind of trusting relationships with our mentors and kind of develop beyond where they currently are. And that is completely individualized to each young person we work with. And then beyond that, we also have holiday clubs, which we run kind of around Hampshire, Bournemouth, Dorset, and we also run parties and things like that.
Nice, perfect. I think it's really important, isn't it, the sort of aspect of like being active for your well-being. So I think what you guys do is just, it's exactly that, isn't it? And it really, really is so important for young people that are really struggling at the moment.
Yeah, I know that Aspire, we started as Aspire Life Sport. We've just rebranded to Aspire Life. And Maddie, who is the founder of the company, she began a lot because of what you just said to because we recognize the impact that sport and physical activity and movement has on these young people a lot of the time. And I think we've increasingly developed to understand that for some people, yes, physical activity and movement does massively help, but equally for others, creative outlets also helps their mental health and helps them really develop beyond kind of those dark places that they might be in.
What are you most looking forward to with the trek?
Oh, I'm I'm looking forward to pushing myself. I'm one of those people that likes to put themselves in uncomfortable situations, because I like to prove to myself that I can do those hard things. Um, and I think it is going to be a once in a lifetime experience. Um, Going through, I think it's five different like I think it's climate zones. Like yeah, going through like the rainforest into starting off, I think it's like 30 plus degrees when we begin, and then at the top we're going to be into the negatives. So kind of just really taking it all in and knowing that it's going to be difficult and something that we can prepare as much as we want to for, but we don't know what's going to happen. And yeah, I think just proving to myself that I can do something difficult is the main reason that I'm doing it.
It's such an amazing achievement. I think the feeling when you get to the end is just going to be incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
So What sort of inspired you initially to actually choose this sort of challenge over, all the other challenges? Because you could be doing a marathon.
Yeah. I think I love hiking. I've always loved there's something about being out in the mountains and out in nature particularly that I love. I like running, and I don't want to say everyone runs a marathon these days, but lots of people are running marathons and things, and I
Hmm.
thought it's nice to do something a little bit different and something that is a bit more unknown. Um, and yeah, I think it does push us in a slightly different way that you can, like I said, kind of train for it, but equally we don't know what it's going to be like. And I like that aspect of it because it does kind of pose that little extra challenge in there.
What is your training looking like at the moment? What sort of things are you doing? What sort of activities are you getting up to?
Yeah, so I personally do CrossFit. So I'm training a lot of CrossFit, which is kind of gymnastics, weightlifting, cardio, bit of everything all together.
Right.
A lot of time in the gym.
Hmm.
Um, we also have been doing team hikes. So recently, a couple of weeks ago, we did the UK Three Peaks Challenge, which was a challenge. That's for sure. We did complete it in just over 23 hours. So that was a
Amazing.
massive achievement. And I think, I mean, when we first completed, Ben Nevis was the first
Hmm.
mountain we did, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
We had 4 hours of relentless rain and fog,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was snow, freezing cold. And I think we all got to the bottom, and as a team, we felt quite defeated and a little bit
Hmm.
like, I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this. Um, and we really managed to kind of pick ourselves back up, reassure each other as a team, and like bring ourselves through that. And when we got to the end, and we still had like 55 minutes left technically to complete the challenge, that was a huge moment. I think it kind of, again, exactly like we want this Kilimanjaro trip to do, it proved to us that like we can do those hard things. And when we had each other there, even though we felt really defeated at the start, we were able to kind of bring ourselves together and kind of get through that. But yeah, those group hikes and things I think are one of the most important things that we're doing, especially doing it as a team, and kind of understanding how we can support each other as well is really nice.
And how do you think sort of doing it as part of that team? I mean, I think your team's incredible. Everyone seems so motivated, and I think it really supports with like the sort of resilience of these challenges. So how important do you think the team is to you? And actually, how is the team as a collective coping with the training and the sort of task ahead?
Yeah, I think it's really nice going into something like this together because, like you said, we have each other to lean on, we have each other to ask questions to also kind of reassure you when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really nervous about this, that someone else is also feeling nervous about that. Um, and I think every time we do something like the Three Peaks Challenge together, it kind of brings us a little bit closer, does get a little bit more exciting about what's actually going to happen. And yeah, it's just nice having the support because it just reminds you that like you're not alone in doing that. And again, this is what we're trying to like the message we're trying to get out to people in doing this is that like it feels hard and every little step can feel really difficult. Um, if you have those around you, that helps even more. And pushing yourself through those hard times can really help build your confidence in that.
How are you staying motivated? Like you said, the Three Peaks Challenge was really tough from the start. So what
Mhm.
is keeping you motivated throughout these challenges? And again, yeah, looking forward to the future task.
Um, I think it is difficult. It has been difficult, especially because the run up is so long. Like we still
Hmm.
don't go for another, what is it, 7 months,
Hmm.
7 or 8 months. And I think because it seems so far away, you can almost forget about it sometimes, like whether it's actually happening. Um, so I think again, it comes back to us reminding each other why we're doing it, the importance of it. I'm constantly kind of reminding the team that we we're doing this for a reason. We're not just climbing Kilimanjaro. There is a reason we're doing it, and we need to show up for ourselves, but we're also trying to prove to the young people we work with that on those difficult days, we can keep going. And there are others there to support us as well. So yeah, I think it is reminding us why we're doing it is probably the main motivation to keep going, because yeah, it's a long time away before we actually get to Tanzania.
How is your fundraising going? And are you hopeful that you'll sort of be able to meet your targets and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've got a pretty huge goal. So we are hoping to raise £20,000 as a team by the time we get back, so by February next year. We're currently just under £4,000, which is still incredible amount of money. I'm
Yeah.
still really proud of the team for getting
Mhm.
that far. I do think it's going to be challenging to get that 20,000, but I think the more we show up, the more we keep pushing ourselves to do these challenges like we did with the Three Peaks, and um, the more we speak out about why we're doing what we're doing, the closer we'll get to that, basically, and just kind of reminding people that every little donation really massively adds up. But yeah, everyone that's already supported has been absolutely incredible, and we have received so much like love and so much donation from other people.
How can people support you?
Oh, good question. We have a number of events coming up and places that we're going to be. We often help out in local community events. So if you do see a spire hanging around, we've usually got flyers or posters about. We've got a Just Giving page where people can donate, however small, big they want to donate. That makes a huge difference. Um, and then the other thing is those events that we are running. So one of our big ones we're doing on the 6th of September is a fancy dress fun run in Kings Park. So that's going to be very much a 5 kilometer loop, run, walk, jog, bring your family. We are doing that actually in partnership with Muddyford Keys CrossFit. So that's going to be a really cool fundraising event. And then we've got a few other things. So we've got things like a golf day and quizzes and things. So if people follow your social media and also follow ours, we're getting lots of other events out as much as we can. So if people want to attend those, that would also be great.
Yeah. Um, do you have anything else, any other comments that you would like to say about the trek, about the fundraising, or about supporting Dorset Mind?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think if I've like missed anything else. Um, I just think from me personally that I can see how important the work Dorset Mind does, how important that work is, and you can see the impact of that even in how that would impact our students. And I think us doing these difficult things when we're proving to ourselves that we can get through these challenges and that every step it can be difficult, but moving through that with support from other people is absolutely huge. And I think having that in the back of our minds all the time and being able to remind everyone that this community work is massively important, that's why we're doing what we're doing, and we just want to keep getting that message out to people.
Amazing. Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.